let's check that we have water nearby and let's just begin. So please find yourself in a comfortable sit. However, just really trust yourself to figure out your comfort zone. So if you feel at a certain point you want to lean on your hands or even lay down, it's okay, you can do that. And relaxing your facial muscles or just simply closing your eyes and starting to sense the space of your head and then letting yourself to extend the perception of the space in your neck, in your chest, in your abdominal cavity, all the way down through the pelvis into your legs. Then just allow yourself to notice the way your breathing is happening at the moment. Is it fluent? Is anything stopping it? And just keep allowing yourself to breathe naturally. If you feel any numbness or any discomfort, then just accent your exhalation with a sound or just making it so your exhalation starts to be longer than inhale. So focus on exhaling completely while letting yourself just make a soft inhalation, not too long, not too deep, just whatever feels good. Inhale into your nose. Exhale if you feel like it through your mouth, or just keep observing the way the exhalation happens through your nose. In a relaxed way, simply notice the duration of your inhalation towards your exhalation and allow your exhales to be just slightly bit longer or much longer, but without any effort, just simply, naturally getting into that mode with time. And now notice where your visual attention is, how your eyes are allocated. Stay very naturally, allow your eyes to remain between eyebrows.
Mom, can I play? Please. Please.
And while you are focusing on the visual part of your attention, relaxing your eyeballs completely. Noticing how with this relaxation, your mind gets calmer, more silent. That'd be a good moment in this emergent silence to set the intention for the class. Maybe the feeling will arise. Maybe you will realize your intention simply through certain impulse arising in your body. Just let your body communicate the state, the feeling. Or it's also okay if your mind will communicate certain thought, a formula, a sentence. Something like, I dedicate this class towards, or I am, name the state, or simply let your body give you a hint of that feeling. And once you're settled, take another soft inhale into your nose. Exhale completely through your mouth or through your nostrils, whatever feels more satisfying to you right now. And then allow your visual and complete attention fall down into your pelvic floor, and with not too much of an effort but confident contraction of your pelvic floor. Begin the first set of exhalations with Kapalabhati style. Not to hurry, but really steadily sensing how the tissue in the bottom of your belly, in the pelvic floor, is warming up, is contracting. So right now you're accenting your exhalations, but even without paying too much attention to that, you also sense how this tissue gains certain ease when you're not thinking of inhale, but still feel certain relaxation when the natural automatic inhalation happens. So hold a steady rhythm for the next 10 seconds. Keep accenting the exhale to this very hot, grilling sensation of muscle tissue contraction, and catch the glimpse of delicacy of relaxation, okay? So try to grasp both of those states, and for the next 3 seconds, 2 seconds, for the last fullest exhale, now relax and open for an inhale. And after the full inhalation, we're going to create a pause, so make the slow motion in your throat, contract the pelvic floor, just enjoy this state of extension in your lungs, in your body, all over for 360. And when you feel it's enough, a bit second before that, relax the pelvic floor, open your throat, and exhale either naturally or if you feel like it with the sound and we're going to repeat. After this exhale, we're going to repeat 2 more rounds, which second round will start with another Kapalabhati set. So if you need to catch a couple of breaths, just do it, or begin and proceed with the second round with your steady Kapalabhati rhythm. And as before, while creating those tight contractions with the exhalations, also pay some attention to manage to enjoy the relaxation phase with your automatic inhale that you don't think of right now. You're accenting your exhales, but still acknowledge that the phase of relaxation happens as well. So for next 20 seconds, keep going. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. The fullest final exhalation, after which relax completely pelvic floor, all the membranes in your body. Let the inhale happen and extend your body. When you feel the complicity of this extension, just create the swallowing motion in your throat, blocking it, and then contract the pelvic floor again. Feel like you wrapped this candy of your extended lungs inside, and only those 2 spots of contraction, so just remain relaxed. Let the tissue overall your body just relax, lean on that pressure inside of you as long as it feels good, before you feel any anxiety about this pause. When you feel it's enough, relax the pelvic floor, open the throat, and if that feels good, then exhale with a tss, or just simply however it feels good, through your mouth, through your nose, with any sound. And after full exhalation, let yourself grab a couple breaths. And when you're ready, let's proceed to the final 3rd round of exhalation of Kapalabhati style. Let's go. Right now, as you feel the most confidence of your rhythm, of this process, you are welcome to speed up and do the fastest possible, whatever your body allows you to do without overwhelming it. So before you start feeling that your body reacts with tension anywhere else besides your pelvic floor. For coming 15 seconds, just keep holding the most confident, steady, and at the same time fast rhythm. Keep going, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Final exhalation, then relax and open into your inhale through your nose. It will happen automatically, then just close your throat, close your pelvic floor, Allow yourself to relax overall your body and just enjoy the extension that, you know, extends you for 360 all every direction. So let your spine, you know, like really extend through the length. Allow your ribs extend. Allow, you know, sensation in your joints also. Like neutralize, lose any compression. Oxygenate, and then when you feel it's enough, relax the pelvic floor, open your throat, and just let this wave of exhalation happen naturally. And if it resonates with you, just do that. And with a common inhale, softly open your eyes. And we're gonna lean forwards. Let's meet in the table pose. And today, a bit of warm up in this position. We'll start with just some pelvic movements. So let's test in the beginning first. Let's actually settle the upper part of the body. So let's make sure we're not falling down. So actually, to acknowledge this now with exhalation, just completely relax and let yourself stop pushing or pressing up against the floor. With a common inhale, so once you feel right now that your scapulas, they're kind of connecting in this position. With a common inhale, begin to press up through your full palms till you feel that your scapulas are flat and aligned on the surface of your rib cage. So it means that you feel all, like the level of your spine, the level of your ribs and the scapulas, they're pretty even. You know, they're not disconnected, they're not sticking out, but they're pretty neutral. And so with this, while your neck, also move your head a little bit so you feel there is no compression, not looking too high or too low. So it gives you a nice natural feeling of your neck extended. So right now we're gonna kind of fixate here. And with a common exhale, contracting the pelvic floor, we're gonna move only the pelvis. So we're tilting it, we're twisting our hips in. And with a common inhale, without changing anything above your waist, just try to direct your sitting bones upwards. Okay, and with the exhale, tighten the glutes, contract the pelvic floor, suck the belly in, feel this warm, pleasant tightness in your deep tissue. Roll the hips without moving the head or the chest. And with the inhale, relax and direct your sitting bones outwards and slightly upwards. And so we keep practicing just the pelvic movement, avoiding transmitting it anywhere above the waist. And 2 more times. Inhale, going, moving the top of the pelvis down, lifting, elevating the sitting bones. Exhale, tightening the tissue between sitting bones, directing the tailbone downwards and elevating the upper part of the sacrum. And 1 more time. Inhale, relax the pelvic floor, kind of stuck. Imagine the sitting bones, how they're directing each to their side, right and left, and a little bit higher upwards. And with the exhalation, again, twist the hips, try to stay still with your scapulas and the neck and the head. And now with a common inhale, just relax, get into what feels like a neutral level, so your scapula aligns with the sacrum. Now we're just gonna move the pelvis in this frontal surface. Yeah, so contracting the right side, the left side, it feels like you're bringing the hip towards the ribs here. Okay, and also while doing this, also ask yourself, where are my ribs right now? So we don't want them to flare, meaning to stuck out too much, but also we don't want them to go too deep inwards. So it should feel like a nice, tight, firm tissue here underneath your solar plexus. So you're still holding still your rib cage on the head. And just for 3 more times with exhalations, inhale to the center, exhale, contract right or left side. So if you will look from the back, it looks like this. Just inhale, return, exhale, try to bring the hip to the rib cage, but without moving the rib cage to the side. So it's only bringing the hip, contracting the side with inhalation, return into the neutral, with exhalation, hip to the rib side, inhale to the center, and the last, every exhale, contract the side, inhale, return to the center, exhale, contract the other side, return to the center. And what we're going to do next for the finals, we're going to be inhaling in this neutral central position. With exhalation, we're going to just sit the pelvis to the right or left side and look behind the left shoulder. So with the inhale, returning with the momentum to the center. With exhalation, connecting the knees and feet, sitting and looking through the right shoulder. Inhale into the center, exhale. So doing this, remain with your palms on the ground, okay? Inhale in. To the center, exhale, sit the left hip, look through the right shoulder, inhale. To the center, exhale, sit to the right, look through the left shoulder, and twice more, inhale. To the center, exhale, sit your left hip, look through the right shoulder, inhale. To the center, exhale, sit on the right hip, both palms remain still, look through the left shoulder, and the final inhale to the center, exhale, left hip, look through the right shoulder, and inhale, return to the center, spread your knees, feet wider, tap the toes, with the common inhalation, still with impression of neutrality, head, back of your neck, scapula, sacrum, inhale and lift your knees up, and with exhalation, extending your sitting bones upper, higher and to the back, just moving all the length of this natural spinal cord, moving away from the palms. When you're ready with common exhalation, stand on your heels, pleasantly stretch on the back of your legs at the same time with this feeling of extension away from the palms. You feel the arm, like your upper limbs tissues are stretching at the same time, embracing, stabilizing your elbows nicely, your shoulders. It's also good to turn your elbows outwards, inwards, till we figure out, okay, my scapulas are flat if they didn't feel like it before. Is with the entrance, with this neutrality which you preserved, it should be already pretty okay. So also make sure your head is allocated well. Looking to the right, looking to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do one more breath. We're here to just simply stretch the backs of our legs. And so once you're ready with a common inhale, walk your feet forwards towards the palms. If you need, bend your knees and step your feet together, or if you can, keep your kneecaps tight. You can either stretch leaning on the fingertips or put the palms on the legs if they're straight, or if you bend the knees, you will reach easier to the ground. So now with a common inhalation, send your sitting bones to the back and slightly upwards while lengthening through the natural spine. So again, preserve this neutrality, pushing your crown forwards. And with the exhale, we're going to slowly roll up. Inhaling, we're rotating shoulders externally, bringing arms above the head. Putting the palms behind your scalp, bending the elbows and opening them wider. And right now we're going to be inhaling, rotating our arms so the elbows would stack a little to the back with inhalation. While doing this, figure out where the ribs are. Don't let them flare, meaning stack too much. So tighten your abdominal wall so you feel ribs are on the parallel to the ground level. So here we're going to be inhaling. And with exhalations, we're going to be rounding the back and tightening the inner thighs, directing the knees and pointed fingers forwards. And we're going to do this twice more. Inhaling, palms behind the head. Rotate your shoulders externally, moving elbows behind, but keeping the ribs not too high in a neutrality. With exhalation, rounding evenly through the back, tucking the chin on the chest, rolling your spine backwards. And again, inhaling. Palms behind the head, open through external shoulder rotation. Tighten your abdominal wall to keep your ribs in neutrality. With exhalation, round the back. And now with the inhale, while your palms are behind the head, lift your heels slowly upwards. And with a common exhale, turn your palms above the head. I doubt you can see me right now, so I'm going to step away. And keeping your heels high, inner thighs and inner heels are tied together. Move the palms behind the head. Let scapula slide down on your back. And with a common inhale, stand back on your heels. With the exhale, we're gonna lean forwards, folding down, relaxing. If you need, bend your knees or remain with your kneecaps tight. Please put the palms behind the heels. And now we're gonna introduce 3 waves. With the inhale, pushing your sitting bones to the back, lengthening through the neutral spine, directing your crown forwards, inhaling. And with exhalation, slightly rounding the back, so you feel the even stretch, and then pointing the forehead to the knees. And twice more, inhaling. Extend away from your sitting bones, which you actively push to the back, so lengthen through the spinal cord. With exhalation, tighten the pelvic floor, even better round the back, and as a result, direct your forehead to the knees. Elbows tighter to the knees as well. And one more time, inhale, lengthen
away from the sitting bones, which you push to the back. With exhalation, round the back, press the elbows to your calves, and now with a common inhale, bend in the knees. Keep your heels together, but point your toes out. Softly squat between your pointed out knees. And here we have two options, or actually even three. So either relax and rotate your thighs externally here, just try not to lift the heels. That's just the final measure, last resort. Better kind of keep your butt a little higher, but remain with your heels on the ground. Also better put your feet a little wider if you need to. And so either whatever it takes, just figure out the width between your heels, better press them, stand them on the ground, figure out the level of your butt. Let it also, even if it's higher, let it fall to the back so you can compensate reaching forwards with your head, with your palms. Or second level would be letting your arms, rotating your shoulders inwards and putting the wrists behind the heels. And if you want something even more spicy, then allow yourself just to sit down. And then after sitting, see if you can press up forwards and reach again. Okay, so just kind of doing it couple more times. Sitting and then again pushing forwards. So any of those options, whatever feels more resonating to you right now. If you chose the static version, just let yourself breathe through this form for 2 more breaths and just worrying about nothing, just observing the extension in your inhalation, and if your body is blocking you anywhere, just try to shake off this blockage with exhalation, relax into any discomfort. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And now with the coming inhale, just gaze forwards. Then setting your palms pretty wide, let's say on the width of your mat. Spreading fingers actively wide. Let's bring the elbows underneath our shins, anywhere they can cross them. What is important, just don't stack your elbows too wide. And so we want to feel the momentum of this shoulder rotation. So while directing your elbows underneath, you want to do this movement, which will result into nice flat scapula on your back. And with this feeling of stable, tight, standing scapula on your back, then press the elbows underneath your shins. And with a common exhalation, tightening your pelvic floor, just allow yourself to lengthen forwards. I wouldn't even say fall forwards, but like lean forwards till you've met the limit. And either stay here, or if it feels okay, just enter your low bakasana, the lower version of it. And I know, girls, you're probably thinking, what's supposed to be a stretch and slow stretch, and it's gonna get there. So if you're in your bakasana, just spend 2 more breaths here. If you're not there yet, then just allow your hips to open and stretch while you lean on your elbows. So let's do 1 more inhale and exhale. This is gonna end soon. Breathe in, breathe out. Find your balance, and with a common inhalation, return on your toes. Now put your knees together, and as you wish, you can remain on your toes, stay in this tucked position, or just lay them flat. Now we're gonna, with a common exhale, roll the ribs in, tighten the pelvic floor, and just really lay the flat, stabilized belly on the top of the thighs. Okay, so we don't want to do this like and flare the ribs. We want to hide them in, and on this feeling of squareness between the hips and ribs, lay the belly, and only then reach forwards with arms, neck and head, with the next breathing in. And with exhalation, even tighten the back a little more. So now focus first on stabilizing your ribs, on the squareness between your ribs and hips. And with the common 3 breaths, once your head leans on the ground, if that's possible, if not, just put the fist underneath the forehead. Focus on actively breathing into your back. spatially, wherever it feels more necessary. Into the middle of your back, in between scapulas. Maybe some of us will find this urge of breathing more into the low back. But right now, having our abdominal tissue stabilized and firm, we have a great opportunity to stimulate this tissue in the back, which also needs it, to kind of acknowledge more of that back attachment of diaphragm there. And right now you may also meet certain discomfort in your neck or in your arms position. So if so, play a little bit with the rotation. So you can direct your thumbs up, lay your arms a little wider, so you give more freedom into your neck. Let's do one more breath and just keep actively breathing in your back while contracting the abdominal wall and sensing. Right now it's a great opportunity because you feel the ribs touching your thighs, so you'll know that they're really square. So let's do one more breath. Into your back, into the full length, and into that part that you feel especially needs it. And with exhalation, relaxing more. Now, just one more thing that we will do before we will go into more passive way of practice, so the final active element. Now I will need you to set your hands really wide, also pretty much on the width of your mat, or even just let your thumbs remain on the mat and the 4 other fingers get on the floor. And so setting your palms this wide, we're gonna stand into the table pose, and before proceeding, just take a quick look. We're gonna be exhaling, we're going to be rounding with the exhale, rounding the back like in the cat pose, and then with the inhale we're going to be standing the crown on the floor, and then from proceeding with the inhale we're going to slide forwards. And if you are okay with setting your sternum on the ground here, perfect, but if you will find it too challenging, then just be a little above. And so exhale, inhale, and then you're gonna lay on the ground, lay your hips with the exhalation, and then pressing up like in the upper facing dog, inhale. Then exhale again, round in the back. Now you can come up and start doing it with me. We'll do 3 or 5 rounds, whatever will feel better to you. So with the exhalation, round your back, inhale, bend the elbows till the forehead, till the crown touches the ground. Keep inhaling till the sternum or somehow your chest will appear above the floor. With the exhalation, lay the hips, of course tighten the pelvic floor and the belly, stabilize your low back, and with the inhale rotate your shoulders externally, reach up, look up. Right now it's the perfect time for your neck to really get decompressed. And so with exhalation, round the back again, this wide palm positioning with your cat pose, and then inhale, start bending the elbows. Point them wide apart to the sides, touch the ground with the forehead, and keep sliding forward so sternum will be above or touching the ground. With exhalation, lay the hips. Your elbows are pretty wide, so inhale, upper facing dog. And with the exhale, again, return to the rounded cat spinal position, wide palm position, and the last final third. Inhale, bend the elbows. Wider them up, touch the ground with the crown, then sternum if possible. With exhalation, lay your hips, inhaling, press up against your palms, rotating shoulders externally, look up, upper facing dog. And with the exhalation, return to the table pose. Right now, either swing yourself to the sides or sit down. If you feel like your wrist needs certain massaging, do it. Drink some water, and we're gonna proceed to the second half of this practice. Okay, how do you feel, guys? All good? Please give me a thumb up. Okay, so what you can also expect after all these manipulations, you may feel certain soreness tomorrow, because this may engage certain tissue. So we'll check in and check in with you and figure out how did your body took this practice. Also, don't be surprised if with the soreness you will feel a little bit of like swollenness, because this may appear, so don't get surprised. Also may not, so we will see. Okay, because this type of movement, sometimes they really engage tissue that wasn't aware about this before. Like, oh, could I also participate? Awesome. So the next part, we're gonna return to the table pose, and if you feel any, and also intense engagement for your wrist, you can lay the backs of your palms right now here, and do a couple rounds to the right, to the left, and then just return again to your table pose. Tuck the toes, and once you're ready with the common inhalation, preserving the neutrality in your spine, lift the knees. With the exhale, slide to the back and just press your heels to the ground. Make sure your scapulas are flat on the back of your head. Look to the right, look to the right, to the left. Please put your feet together. Now we're gonna extend the right leg away. Breathing in shortly, and with exhalation, enter the plank pose with our right leg extended. Okay, and now we're gonna do a little unbelievable thing. So with the inhale, we're gonna lay our left heel to the ground, reach up with the edge of the right foot and the right arm. With the exhalation, we're gonna reach forwards, and we're gonna try to return slowly into the plank with our shoulders, hips square, extend, and again, now try to externally rotate your arm. So align your hip with the right rib. Breathing in, lay the right palm on the floor, and with the exhalation, step your right foot to the right palm. Now with the inhale, lean your left knee on the ground and slide your center bones to the back. With the exhale, slide the right foot a little forwards and lower your hips square. We're going to repeat this 2 more times. Inhaling, pushing against the right heel. Natasha, I stopped seeing you. I don't know if you're aware of this. Maybe the signal lost, or something's going on, or maybe you did it intentionally. Please let me know. Check in. Okay, oh, I started seeing you. Okay, great. So 3 times all together, the final inhale to the back, then to the front, and now we're gonna remain here. Now we're gonna open the right thigh a little externally, but still, while letting the knee get directed outwards, we want hips pretty much have square. Okay, so try not to fall on your left hip, but pubic bone, both hips going down. Now, with all this opening in your right thigh, I want you to take care of your left leg, so please put all of your 5 toes of the left foot on the ground. Yeah, so here your right hip is opening, both square hips moving down, not necessarily too low, it's whatever feels good for your right thigh. And with the common exhalation, I want you to tighten and lift your left kneecap above and push your left heel a little to the back. And if this feels good already, perfect. So just keep meditating here for 3 next breaths. If you feel like it, you can also lean on the elbows, but the magic of it needs to be in you balancing your pelvis here. So through the external right thigh rotation, through the pelvic floor contraction, through not allowing this left hip to fall too low, and of course engaging your glutes a lot, tightening this left kneecap and extending your left heel away so you feel like, yes, I'm stable, I'm not like wobbly here. 1 more breath, breathing in, breathing out. And now with the common inhale, just lay your left knee on the floor again. Elevate yourself a little higher up. With the exhalation, slide this right foot to the left palm and sit into your regular pigeon pose. Align in between right and left side. Perfect. So we want to lower the left hip frontally to the floor and also push that left heel away as much as we can. Also try to, with a common exhalation, tighten the left kneecap and lift that leg, and then pull the right heel away, and then again lay the knee and then lay the foot flat. And if only you feel like you're falling to any of the sides, it's okay to elevate above the ground. Otherwise, just keep trying to glue the front of the left hip to the floor. Okay, and so we're gonna also have our palms flat and stable on the floor. You don't have to be super high here, especially if you feel any unpleasant contraction in your lower back. It's better to lengthen through this neutral position. And now I really need you to stabilize your palms, because for the next couple breaths we're just gonna start rotating the shoulders. And just, however your body receives this movement, just whatever you see on the screen right now, let your body resonate with it. Don't overthink this movement. Just try to play with the sensation. What you feel, the amount of tissue you feel while you try to rotate, improvise, rotate your shoulders. Maybe you start feeling some clicking noises in your clavicle bone or anywhere in your trapezius. Just keep doing it. Okay, now we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop with the sensation that we slide our scapulus flat on the back into the slowest position. Of course, automatically you'll feel the lengthening in your neck. So preserve this lengthening. Now with the coming inhale, slowly look through your left shoulder. With exhalation, grill your glutes to bring that left heel towards your left glute, and then grab your left foot into your left palm. Return again to the frontal position, and then little by little, preferably with your active left glute. So just don't relax it, keep contracting it while bringing little by little your left, of course, left foot a little closer, and remain in the squareness in your hips. So still don't fall on any sides. It's better to be a little higher right now, but still with this contraction of your glutes, with this Michael Jackson hip rotation. And with this stabilization, whatever the quads will allow you to do, as much as it will get stretched, that close your foot will be brought here, it closer to your hip with your hand. So just meditate. I know it may be pretty irritating right now, a lot of tissue, like your left hip joint is opening a lot, decompressing a lot. Let's just give it one more breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And now with a common inhale, just let it go freely, easily. Move that right foot a little further forwards, and then try to lay your left heel on top of the right. You know this position already well. Of course, also you know that if anything feels wrong, you're welcome to straighten your right leg here. But if it feels good, just let it be, even if the knee is pretty high. Let's even sit further away from the shins. And now, first thing we do, lay fingertips on the ground. Stabilize between right and left sitting bone. Also, another good suggestion, like right now before we started doing anything, as much as you feel neutral, acknowledge the position of your sitting bones, where you feel this most pressure of the sitting bones on the ground. And let's just do 3 improvised circles to the right, to the left. So half of the circle, inhale. Like imagine your sitting bones are the pencils, and you draw circles on the ground. Half of the circle, inhale. Half of the circle, exhale. Try to forget about those awkward legs. Just relax in that leg tissue. And let's switch the direction. This motion, as simple as it is, it's gonna really well lubricate your hips. Lots of tissue there, lots of tendons there. Also, you'll find certain mobility. Like it feels like, oh, there may be no space in there, but still so there's still space in my hip joints. Like there is some mobility. I can do that. And so after those circles, let's stop again in the center, and then with a common inhale, you're gonna bend the left elbow and put the left palm behind your head. So then while you sense this neutrality, with a common exhalation, start looking through your right shoulder, look deep, and allow your spine to really correctly, neutrally, biomechanically twist. And so when you're already in your deep twist, let's do one more inhale. Just try to relax into this neutrality. With exhalation, tighten the pelvic floor, belly in. Look even deeper through your right shoulder. And then with the inhale, bend forwards to try to lay your left elbow into the sole of your left foot. And right now, in this twisted and at the same time rounded spinal position, try to relax your legs, and 3 breaths. Inhale into your back, but also try to acknowledge certain extension in the sides of your body and in the front of your body. Just try to equalize it as much as it's possible, and with the exhale, just release discomfort or tension anywhere in your body where you feel you're limited. Just softer and send some ease lot of ease in that area. So all together 3 breaths, and we're gonna make one more. With the inhale, so any compression maybe in your neck, so try to avoid it, try to kind of exit from it into the lengthening, into extension. With exhalation, relax even more. Let the pelvic floor contraction, then firmness in the bottom of your belly just do the job for you, to support you in a healthy way while the rest of the body is relaxing. And so now with the coming inhale, just decompress yourself, unwind yourself again into neutral position. And now with the exhale, actively push into your left sitting bone while lifting that left elbow upwards, so you're bending. But we're going to do this bending to the right side really smart and really slow. So with every inhale, you want to pull up your crown, you want to lengthen and bend through your neck first, then through your chest. And with every exhale, contracting the pelvic floor, also push that left sitting bone into the floor, so you can safely also bend and lengthen through your low back. Okay, so that's the idea. Think of this growing arch of your spine with every inhale, so try to reach a little higher and then to the right with your forehead, with your crown, with your elbow. Try to keep it up above, don't roll it forwards. And then with every exhale, give even more pressure into that left glute, into that left sitting bone, so you are not falling, but really stretching and kind of pulling your low back part of the spine out. And thusly, little by little, you can actually lay the right elbow on the ground, but that's not a must. That's only a side effect. So let's do one more. Try to relax through your trapezius. Inhale, lengthen through the neck. Point that crown higher, point that left elbow higher. And with exhalation, press that left sitting bone into the floor. Maybe your right elbow will reach the ground, maybe not. Just be here. And now with the inhale, push. It's okay to push against your right palm. Rise up, and now with the exhale, stretch both of your legs. It's up to you. You can keep your feet together right now or delicate space between them. 3 waves with the inhale. Imagine you are starting this movement from your sitting bones first. Points, and then lengthening into your crown. And then with the exhale, lay your belly, lay your chest, lay your face on the floor, and in this exhalation, round the back and point your forehead in between your knees or towards your knees. And from here, inhale, open up, but don't flare your ribs, keep them firm and neutral, not too much rolled in because you're going to be Quasimodo shaped, with this rounded back, but neutral. And when you exhale, lay those square ribs on your legs. It's okay to bend the knees also. And then in the exhalation, round your spine, cat-like shape, forehead towards the knees. And one more inhale, rise up, push the sitting bones away. Lengthen through your crown. Perfect. Come, bring it here. With exhalation, lay your ribs on your thighs, and then let your spine round, forehead towards your knees. And now grab the sides of your knees, put your feet together if they weren't, point the toes forwards, and in this P letter shape, just breathe twice into your back. Let's breathe in. And exhaling, inner thighs tighten even closer together. And again, inhaling, breathing between your scapulas into your neck. With exhalation, inner thighs tighten even more. Suck the belly in. Try to healthy way of rounding into your back. Now with the inhale, decompress and open up. Now we're gonna cross the shins and sit for some seconds in short observation before we're going to move forwards with the second half of this. And just allow your attention to settle in the space of your body. Catch your natural breath rhythm. Just notice it, don't do anything to it. Keep acknowledging the length, the depth, the pleasure, the pleasance, use this word of inhalation, and same length, duration, spaciousness, satisfaction of exhalation. Notice how balanced the body parts are according to each other.
starting with this feeling of pressure that your leg creates on the floor, feeling of your sitting bones in the ground, and then level by level, spine by spine, your rib cage, your neck, your skull. Also, if you feel like it, you can make another round of exhalation with its sound. That'd be a good moment to breathe in softly into the nose. And breathe out softly. And with a kind of inhale, softly open your eyes. We're going to enter the table pose again. So I need you to sit next to here.
I want my carpet. Oh, this carpet.
Yeah, you can go in that carpet. So now we're going to enter the table pose, and from here we're going to inhale, and with the exhalation we're going to lean forwards, lay on the ground, and once your body touches the floor, I really want you to actively roll your ribs into the ground at the same time as the hips. So what you're going to feel is like your bones, the ribs and the hips are actively like grabbing the floor here. So this will give you the necessary stabilization and opportunity next to breathe into this area, into your back. Okay, so again, with exhalation, give the nice pressure of your ribs, of your hips in. Then set your palms a bit in front of your face. See if I'm visible. Yeah, like this. And then with the coming inhale, slide, like drag those ribs a little forwards away from the hips. And with the coming exhale again, push them into the ground. Now we're going to stretch the arms to the sides while figuring out the level of the head that will give you the satisfaction of neutral neck. Now let your right palm grab the left wrist. Bend the elbows first, still like having this freedom, lengthening your neck. Pull your shoulders away from the head. And with the exhalation, stretch the elbows. Now we're going to check if our feet are together, the heels, the toes. Push your toenails actively into the ground. Your hips, your ribs. And for the 2 more breaths, we're just going to be actively breathing into the back. And if you feel any tightness from your arm position, then just with inhalations, bend the elbows. Let the back stretch and extend. And then with exhalations, when tightening the pelvic floor, squeezing the inner thighs in and pushing the hips, the pubic bone, the ribs into the floor, then try to stretch and straighten your elbows. Let's do this one more time all together. Change nothing in your legs or ribs or hips, just with inhale, bend the elbows and soften your head position. Let the middle back really extend with this. And then with the exhale, again, change nothing, just tighten your inner thighs, push the hips, pubic bone and ribs tighter in the floor, and then stretch the elbows. Pushing the shoulders, pulling them a bit away from the head. Now with the inhale, split your hands, put them underneath the shoulders. With the exhale, press up. Now inhale and tuck in the toes, lift the knees up. With the exhale, stand your heels on the floor. Now, as you remember in the previous set, with the inhale, lift your left heel up. With the exhalation, shift a little forward so you're in your plank pose with the left leg elevated. Now with the inhale, lay your right heel on the ground, elevate the left foot and left arm upwards. Now with the exhale, try to return into your plank again, just as much as feels affordable. Okay, so just lower that hip and twist through your left arm external rotation. Like I would show, twist that arm in so you feel the connection with the ribs here, so they're also horizontal, not flaring up. Okay, with a common inhale, lay your left palm on the ground. With the exhale, step the left foot to the left palm and lay the right knee on the ground. Inhaling, slide the shin bones to the back. With the exhale, put the left foot on the ground, lower the hips. Twice more, inhale, pushing away. Stretching the back of the left leg. Exhale, forwards. Let's do one more. Inhale, pushing against the left heel, sliding the shin bones to the back. Exhale, forwards. Now we're going to remain here. Slide right knee a little lower. And leaning on the pinky toe edge of the left foot, allow your left hip to the external rotation. Make sure the hips are square. The pubic bone
square hips go down, whatever feels, as much as it feels comfortable without overwhelming. Now tap the toes on the right foot, and with the exhalation, tighten the right kneecap, lift it from the ground, and then push the right heel away. Now we just need to spend here 3 breaths. And just breathe, extension over compression. So while your hands are actively participating here too, make sure the scapulas are also aligned on your back. You feel them in a nice flat position. The neck is a neutral position. Let's do one more breath. Tighten that right kneecap even more, and then with exhalation, send that right heel further away. Now with the inhale, lay the right knee again. Exhale and slide the left foot to the right wrist. Enter your regular pigeon pose. And with a common, of course, first check your squareness of the hips. With a common exhalation, tighten and lift the right kneecap. Then pull, drag that right heel away. And when you feel, okay, it's done, my right hip opened, there is a traction enough, then lay the right knee and lay the foot flat. Then figure out what would be the pleasant angle for the neutral spinal cord here. Again, no need to over-exaggerate anything, just feel the pleasure, stability, balance, and then 3 breaths. And while breathing here, we're going to also slide our scapulas through this shoulder rotating movement. If before you were rotating to the back, right now allow yourself to rotate forwards and just allow your body to improvise this movement. It will engage lots and lots of tissue. Focus your observation on how the scapulas are sliding on your back. And then end the movement where you feel the scapulas in a more neutral position without too much sticking out or too much gathered to the spine. So where it feels ease and relaxation, like ease and relaxation. Now, with the coming through the right shoulder, with exhalation, tighten your glutes and bring your right heel towards the right glute. Grab your right foot into the right palm. Breathe in. Return to the center and continue contracting your glutes. Bring the right foot as close to the glute as feels good. Yeah, there is no goal to do it, to win any championship. It doesn't need to be low. It just needs to feel very pleasant, on the edge of possible limit for your right quad. And also let the right knee slide lower down. So you do need to feel this pulling out, the tracting momentum of your femur bone, of your thigh bone from the right hip joint. Okay, so instead of shrinking like this upwards, just try to lower that right hip and try to slide that right knee lower down. Good. Let's do one more breath. Breathe in, breathe out. And now with the inhale, let your foot go. Lean in on the left hip. Bring the right leg forwards and slide the left shin further away or straighten the leg. It's absolutely fine. And just sit further away from both of your shins. And while stabilizing yourself, getting used to this neutrality here, relaxing the limbs, relaxing the legs. You can also improvise a couple circular rotations with your sitting bones. One side, other side, synchronizing with the breath. So half circle inhale, half circle exhale. Maybe notice how this round is much easier than the previous. So your joints are much more lubricated, and with a common inhale, bend your right knee, right elbow, lay the palm behind the head, and with the exhalation through this neutral, lengthen spine, start looking through your left shoulder. Don't hurry, breathe in. Acknowledge with exhalation how you tighten the pelvic floor, sucking the belly in, looking through the left shoulder even deeper. And one more till you get to your possible limit through this healthy deepening of this twisting momentum in your spine, through your neck, through your chest, towards your waist. Into that wouldn't engage much of your lower back. Let's breathe in. And with the exhalation, when you're in your you know, in the deepest twist, start rounding your back so your right elbow naturally lays in the sole of your right foot, and it's absolutely fine to remain also leaning on the fingertips of your left palm. That's okay. Now what you want to do is breathe evenly into the ring of your diaphragm, so all the attachment underneath the front of the ribs and the sides and the back. When you breathe in, you want to feel like all this extends here evenly. And when you exhale, you want to relax all over your body and just slightly contract the pelvic floor. Let's do one more. Breathe in, relax your legs, relax your toes, just release any anxiety from your body, and exhale. In this relaxed body, contract just the pelvic floor. Now with the inhale, return to the center, unwind yourself. And with the exhale, appear again into this neutral position, left arm, fingertips or palm leaning on the ground. Now breathing in, lengthen through your crown, lift that right elbow even higher so you're bending to the left through your neck, through your chest. With exhale, push that right sitting bone deeper into the ground so you will safely also stretch the right side of your low back, of your lumbar spine. So as much as it feels even, protected, healthy, not like broken, like you reached low but you broke something, you feel some unpleasant pain or irritation. So keep doing it smart and slow. Inhale and lengthen into the crown, lengthen into your right elbow. Feel you stretch through your neck, through your chest, and then with exhalation, tighten the pelvic floor, push that right sitting bone even deeper. Maybe your left elbow will reach the ground, but that's not the goal, that's the result. Let's do inhale again. Very good. With exhale, push the right sitting bone even deeper, and all together with it, you may also notice that your right knee goes a bit lower because you give enough pressure on the right side of your pelvis, and then you're going into the deeper bend to the left. Now with the inhale, return. And with the exhale, stretch both of your legs. This time we're going to stretch them nice and wide. And the final shape, we have two final shapes, this pre-final. Second from the end. So just stretching your legs wide, pointing toes up, making sure you perform enough external rotation. Begin with pelvic movement, so you remember that all this bend and folding forwards comes from the pelvis allocation. So you can roll your pelvis to the back, roll it to the front, and then when you feel, okay, I start changing the angle of my neutral spine through pelvic positioning. Then you can start leaning on your hands, and then think of sending your sitting bones more to the back, and then with exhalation slide your straight hands or lean on the elbows, stretching your head forwards, and slowly 2 more breaths, just inhale and think of sending some lengthening, some extension to the back through your sitting bones, and with exhalation just let your head, your palms reach forwards without losing your legs position, and just legs are doing nothing, they just remain in this position, toes pointed up. Breathe in, breathe out. Do this for your inner thighs. Also feel decompression in your hip joints. You will feel compression if you will let your thighs roll in, so keep them rolling out and then kind of pull the heels outwards. So free decompress the hip joints. Even if you don't fold too deep, just keep doing this. Breathe in this position, send the sitting bones away. With the inhale, exhale, lengthen forwards and decompress the hips. That'd be great. That'd be much better than if you'll try to fold too deep but lose this decompression. Okay, so with the inhale, let's return. And the final thingy. Now we're gonna again collect our knees and feet together. We probably should do this. Tuck the toes like that, and if you can, keep your knees and feet together, but also be fine if you locate them wider. Also fine to lay feet like this. So you'll see like this will be easier to perform the shape, like this will be easier for the shins, I guess, but not as, a little less mobility in the waving motion itself. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the palms on the feet here, or on the heels here, or if you, at a certain point you will decide it's also okay not to lay palms on the feet but on the back. And so 3 waves only, and then we're gonna lay into Shavasana. So with the inhale, we're gonna be rising up, grilling the glutes, rotating the hips and rotating shoulders externally. With palms on the floor, or palms on the feet, or palms on the feet, like this, inhale. And then with the exhale, we're gonna round the back, and we're gonna send the forehead to the knees. And just twice more, however you chose it. Just try not to disconnect the palms from either floor or feet. And twice more, inhaling. Like camel pose, rotating the shoulders, tightening the glutes, rising with the hips, with the solar plexus, with the neutral neck, and then with the exhalation, rounding the back and trying to reach the forehead to the knees. And one last inhale, shoulder external rotation. Tightening the glutes, rising up with the hips, with the solar plexus looking up. And with the exhalation, tightening the inner thighs, tucking the belly in, reaching your forehead to the knees. Now stay here and try to really touch the knee cups with your forehead. With the inhale, roll up through your crown. You can still hold on your heels. Breathe into the rounded back, and with the exhalation, return. Lay your square ribs on the thighs. Inhale and reach forwards. It's okay to raise thumbs up, so you support this external shoulder rotation, or even set your arms wider to decompress the neck. Exhale, tighten the pelvic floor, roll the ribs in, feel this nice stability underneath your tummy, underneath your belly. Breathe in into the middle of your back. And with exhalation, slowly roll through the sides on the back. And just lay with your legs and arms wide. Allow yourself to just be right now. Do nothing. Just observe. Observe yourself in this stillness. Still acknowledging the space. Feel the space of your body. Feel the space around your body. Without any thought, just feel it. And allow both spaces integrate into each other. Notice how well your breath is proving that. It's playing with that feeling of space. In and out. Thank you so very much for your presence. It means a lot. I will check in with you tomorrow. Just enjoy your night and allow yourself to preserve the state that you reached. Rest well through the night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Namaste.
I too, Mommy.
Bye.
I too.
Yeah, want to press the button, Bunny?
Yes.
Red button.
Mommy,
Okay,
I
this
was
button
in
here.
I was in, let's see, I dragged something.